My story starts early in my life when I found out that I love to learn. I love to take risks. I love to challenge myself. I love to think and reason on my own. I love to gain new skills. I love to problem solve. And I especially love to learn about who I am and what I'm capable of. My journey starts with these thoughts. In the summer of 2013, I stood on the roof of Africa. At 19,466 feet, Mount Kilimanjaro is the world's highest freestanding mountain. At the time, climbing Mount Kilimanjaro was one of the most difficult challenges I had ever faced. Mentally and physically, I had tapped into every resource possible to accomplish this goal. And as I look back, I think about the lessons I learned and how this experience has changed me.
We're all doing pretty good. Definitely going very, 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 very slow. Pole, pole. I never knew what that really meant.
I learned the meaning of the Swahili words pole pole, to slowly take one step at a time. In the Swahili words of my friend Goodlove, pamoja tunaweza kupanda mlima. Together we can climb the mountain. I learned how high helicopters can fly. I learned that in Africa, a cold bottle of Coke is made with real cane sugar. It tastes better than a Coke here at home. I learned how the Sukuma people make drums out of goat hide and how to play a traditional Sukuma guitar. I learned about the Muslim month of Ramadan and that our mountain guide Hussein started fasting when the sun came up and he didn't eat or drink until the sun went down. I learned how to tell someone they are beautiful, count to 1,000,000, and tell a dirty joke in Swahili. I learned how to fix a leaky radiator with a tea bag and a raw egg.
We're in the Serengeti trying to figure out what's going on here. He put the tea in the egg in the radiator, plugged the hole, and it's still...
I learned how to change a tire on the Serengeti in under 10 minutes.
Alright, a flat tire! Change a flat tire! It's only the fourth one!
They said after the third one you need to worry. Cloud car. Everyone else, quick!
Picture, go! We just changed the tire and...
I learned how to make flip-flops out of an old tire. I learned how mentally and physically impossible it is to pee in a bottle driving on a rutty, bumpy dirt road while sitting next to a beautiful woman. I learned how to speak hippo and what a hippo pool smells like.
Tell us all about it.
After more curry.
Oh, put some more poop on me.
Boone, I think they're laughing at you.
I learned how to haggle and barter for souvenirs in a public bathroom. I learned how extreme altitude affects my body. It's not easy. And how to control my breathing to increase the oxygen to my blood. I learned how 45% less oxygen affects my body and the symptoms of altitude sickness, and that I personally do not get smarter the higher I climb.
Yeah, you got a couple inches on that bad boy. Ouch. Okay.
Mike's kissing the sign there. That was hard.
I learned how a Michigan Petoskey stone given to me by my beautiful daughter could end up on the top of Africa. I learned how a Maasai warrior becomes a man and how to drink blood from a cow. I learned how large doses of curry in your diet can cause serious changes to your body function. I learned how other cultures go to the bathroom and wipe without toilet paper. I learned the amazing work ethic of the Choga people and how much energy is stored in an ERG bar.
Well, good job. We're all rooting for you, and I'm going to give you an ERG bar.
Emotional placement. ERG bar. Do we need a
What do you think of that ERG bar?
Woo! Wonderful. Woo!
I learned that poverty has many faces and is more complicated than I ever imagined. I learned that I need to be more aware of the limits of my resources. I learned that a pawn shop guitar can change a young boy's life. I learned what it feels like to trust a complete stranger with my own life.
Hakuna Matata. Yeah.
This is my friend Hussein. He believed in me.
We done it, man.
He gave me the courage to get up here.
This is my dude. Yeah. He made it to the top, man.
I learned to believe in people, to believe in compassion for each other, to believe in hope, to believe in Pomoja, the power of together, and that together we are stronger than the individual. I learned what it means to be rich in your heart, and to believe in the Swahili words of my guide Hussein, Maisha ni mazuri, that life is good. And most of all, I learned to believe in myself and to believe that we are all capable of more than we can ever imagine. You see, when you accomplish a goal that really challenges you, that teaches you something about yourself and what you're made of, your perception of reality changes. You see the world through a different lens. I had a much bigger mountain to climb when I got home, and this one was going to be an emotional hurricane of monumental proportions. You see, someone very close and dear to me was going through a struggle for her life, and through my new lens, I took a very difficult step up a much larger mountain. On the advice of a close friend, I made a vitally important call to Tom Gilbert, an intervention specialist and mountain guide. With his leadership and the steps outlined in a book titled Love First by Jeff and Deborah J., along with 10 days of secretive, careful planning, conference calls, and a live rehearsal, we were ready. On October 25th, 2013, Tom, myself, and a group of 8 close friends and family members surprised my wife with an organized intervention. We convinced her to immediately check into a treatment center and hopefully end a secret lifelong battle with alcohol and drug addiction. I learned that day that the mountain I needed to climb had been right in front of me. In a way, you could say Africa saved my life. It may have saved my daughter's life, and it may have saved the life of someone very dear to me. My mountain was staring me right in the face, and I must lead my daughter, my family, and my friends up its steep, dark slopes. Today, I am learning about alcoholism. I'm learning about addiction and the genetics of addiction, and never to underestimate the power of addiction. I am learning to understand the mind and actions of an addict. I am learning how to love someone I do not trust. I'm learning how to be a single parent. I I'm learning Al-Anon's 12-step program. I'm learning about an evil disease that has a simple cure. I'm learning that I must educate my child so that she has a chance to avoid the cold, lonely hands of this disease. And I'm learning how to tell my daughter where her mother is and why she is away from us. And in a different way, I'm learning all over again to believe in people, to believe in compassion for each other, to believe in hope, to believe in Pomoja, the power of together, and that together we are stronger than the individual. I am learning again to know what it means to be rich in your heart.
Maisha ni mazuri.
Life is good. Life is good.
I'm learning again to believe in the words of my mountain guide, Tommy G, that not all mountains are made of rock. And I'm again reminded of my good friend, Good Love, that told me, Pomoja tunuizi kupanda mlima. Together we can climb the mountain. And I'm learning to believe in myself and remember that I am capable of more than you can imagine.
Make a wish. The dog saw it. What the hell is that?
The people around here are probably thinking UFO.
I know, they've never seen one of those.
Paper.
Maisha ni mazuri.
Life is good.
Babu kubwa.
Awesome.
Poa sana.
I forgot that one.
Mzuka. Mkazuzu.
Kilimanjaro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, Boone.